Hello everyone, and you're very welcome to our weather update on Thursday, August 28th, 2025. It is the Thursday during the week of transition from summer to autumn across Ireland, the UK, and many areas of Northern and Western Europe as well, as we see an area of low pressure that is currently ex-Hurricane Erin. It is what used to be Hurricane Erin, a very potent hurricane, right back out here near the Caribbean and the east coast of the USA, but it has now travelled a long way northwards and eastwards, and is now just a mature and filled depression west of Scotland. So we drag in a gusty westerly to southwesterly wind and plenty of showers, and these are heavy at times today, and some thunder and lightning is mixed in, especially through the British Midlands today. So moving on to the UKV forecasts, high resolution, to look at all this weather in more detail. You can see today, it's a very messy day. Tonight, nothing much changes. We keep seeing heavy showers and longer spells of rain as well, pushing in from the west overnight. Again, western areas most affected overnight, as there is no sunlight. There are therefore no thermals, and therefore these showers can't be sustained inland too well. And into Friday itself, so as I said, sun is going through the day, and therefore thermals form, and we see some convection, and therefore cumulus clouds, they form into CB clouds, and we get big showers forming on Friday afternoon. Into Friday evening, these showers become more isolated overnight, and that is only in advance of this next area of wind and rain pushes up through Saturday morning. Some heavy rain coming through Ireland on Saturday, then that transfers eastwards towards the UK by the evening, and gusty winds in all areas really, as this next area of low pressure moves in. And by Sunday morning, this next area of low pressure is bringing some more heavy showers and longer spells of rain from the west. Sunday's a washout day really for Ireland. Widespread blustery showers, heavy showers at that, windy as well, and these showers also push in towards the UK as well. But further east and south in England, you will be more sheltered, so a bit more sunshine and showers a bit fewer and far between, but equally everywhere at risk of a showery Sunday. Going into Monday, the 1st of September, showers keep going, heavy at times, hail and thunder. So really, 4 seasons in one day is the theme for the next week to 10 days, probably. As long as this area of low pressure, stays around us. The key thing with this low is, this pattern, is that there are very few fronts really with this. It's more, convection. So it's a very showery low we're seeing now. Yes, there's one front coming through Saturday, but that will be the exception to the rule. Most of it's showers we're seeing. So here's the temperature forecast. Again, yesterday, as I said, there's nothing much doing with these temperatures. Really, by daytime, mid-teens to high teens, possibly a local 20 Celsius in the eastern shelter, but really looking at, again, as I said, mid-teens to high teens, and by night, low teens, some areas getting to 10 degrees in shelter. Here are the GFS upper temperature and precipitation ensembles for the next 2 weeks or so. So you can see, if we zoom in, it's for Dublin. And dates on the bottom and the temperatures on the side. These temperatures are for 850 HPA. That is 1.5 kilometers above sea level. And you can see for the next, pretty much right through towards the end of the graph, the white line, which is the ensemble mean, will be average or below average. Therefore, is that the red line? That's the average line, or below it. So generally quite a coolish autumnal theme, as we've said before for so many days and weeks now about this period of weather. And also on the bottom, you can see all these spikes showing rainfall events, showers, They are plentiful right from now through towards mid-month, so I'd say there's no respite in sight. But you will know from yesterday's video that some models are showing an increase in pressure to the east, possibly next week. That might warm things up a touch, but would keep things unsettled as low pressure is parked over us. But from these ensembles, I'm not seeing any warm up really at all. Some warmer runs popping up around, say, next Friday onwards, just a few up there, but they're the minority really. Most keep it average or a bit cooler. Here's a GFS 600 run for this morning. You can see, as we go through into the weekend, this deep low comes in, bringing heavy rain and gusty winds and showers. That is around us, maturing and filling. So it's quite showery next week. More rain and wind and cold feeling temperatures as well. A lot of cloud, rain and strong easterly winds. Quite bitter really. With that low. Beyond that, high pressure rises to the southeast by next Sunday. Long way off, but that comes to nothing. This next area of low deepens and pushes northwest of the country. And we keep it very unsettled into mid-month. Again, a slight transient ridge there by the 13th, but really, I mean, there are lows to the west that are deepening and pushing our way, so that will be lasting probably only 12 more hours, and we'd be under this low by Sunday the 14th. ECM. So, once again, very showery tomorrow, then wet windy through the weekend, showery through next week, quite cool as well. Again, by next weekend, by next Saturday, high pressure's trying to ridge in, and it does so more successfully here. It ends up pulling in the wind from a more southeasterly direction with warmer temperatures, possibly a drier and brighter weekend here before, again, low pressure does win out at the ends for a time in the following week, and by next Friday, back to high pressure, this time originating from Western Russia, right through Scandinavia and down into Ireland and the UK, and that would help to bring in some drier and warm weather, this time with more conviction. But that's a long way off. It's 2 weeks out, and there's a lot to get through. A lot of rain, wind, showers to get through before that comes through, if it does. And here's the UK Met run. Again, look at this deep low being blown up here. Actually, I want to go back to the UKV and look at the wind gusts because they could be of interest with this low. This is in miles per hour, so let's go back to Saturday. Yeah. Okay, so wind gusts on Saturday morning do reach 30 miles per hour in parts of the southwest, and these strong gusts do transfer eastwards and northwards of the country by 12 p.m. Many areas are between 30 and 50 miles per hour, with gusts strongest in the south and west and on coasts. And actually, through Saturday evening on the west coast, some areas could get to a locally 70 mile per hour gusts there. So definitely at least a yellow warning issued there, and we'll see what happens, but it could be just shy of a named storm. And going into the following week, you can see just we keep it going wet, cool, and no sign of anything remotely drier and warmer, even by next Thursday. GEM. As again, we go into a very inclement weekend. And then going into next week, we keep it cool, wet, showery, you name it, it's happening. And actually, again, into next weekend, just the signs of the Azores high ridging in gradually by next Friday, and then a bit more strongly by Sunday. Yeah, but however, it's still centered fast to the west, and these lows to the north are deepening, and the jet stream is going strong as well to the north, so it is under pressure in that scenario there. Could get some fronts passing through. There's a weak one there. There's plenty of lows in the wings as well. Here's the icon run once again. Showery tomorrow, and then a deep low comes through at the weekends. More on that tomorrow. And going through, we keep it unsettled, but once again, just a sign of pressure starting to rise a bit by next Friday, but equally so, deep lows to the west, right there, probably flatten off that ridge here. And then arpege rounds it all off with a deep low coming through Saturday and Sunday. Heavy rain Saturday, gusty and showery on Sunday. And we ended up next week looking cool, showery. And we start September on an autumnal note. It's very uncommon these days to have September starting on that note. Normally, the first week of September is characterised by the Azores High having a strong influence on the weather. It's ridging in up towards Scandinavia, big high pressure covering Western Europe, and there's plenty of warm, dry and sunny weather. This year, the Azores High is displaced to the south. There's nothing much doing. It's just there over the Azores, just it's weekend off. It's not doing anything much, as it, it's behaving abnormally for the time of year. Yeah. It's probably lost all its energy by coming up to us this summer. Anyway, so it's now just going to be lazy for a while and recharge. Anyway, everyone, thanks for watching. Some small hints of higher pressure possibly by the weekend, next weekend. But for now, for this weekend and next week at least, we got one more week of thoroughly unsettled weather to come. Maybe something a bit drier coming through then, but equally still, as I've been saying, there's plenty of deep lows wasting the wings to the west that will easily flatten off these attempts at ridges. Thanks for watching. I'll see you and bye for now.